So this cracker is split into 6 pieces. Let's now put sprinkles on 2 of these pieces so that we'll have a fraction of 2/6 because 2/6 of the cracker will be topped with sprinkles. Let's now group these pieces, but before we do that, let's first talk about solving 6 divided by 2 by using grouping. Let's now talk about 6 divided by 2 by using the visual of grouping. Now there are 2 slightly different ways to use a visual of grouping to talk about division, and we'll be using only one of these ways for this set of videos. So let's get 6 pom-poms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's now put them in groups that each have 2 pom-poms. So here is a group with 2 pom-poms. Here's a group with 2 pom-poms. And here's a group with 2 pom-poms. And how many groups do we have? We have 3 groups. So 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3. Now we have 2/6 of this cracker topped with sprinkles. Now for each of these 6 pieces, let's group them so that each of these 2 pieces will be one group. So here's one group of 2 pieces, here's another group of 2 pieces, and here's yet another group of 2 pieces. So what we've done is that we have 6 pieces and we grouped them so that each group has 2 pieces. So this is 6 divided by 2, and we find out that we have 1, 2, 3 groups, and so 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3. Now let's talk about the numerator next. Let's talk about just the sprinkles. But before we do that, let's now talk about another grouping problem using pom-poms. Let's now use grouping to solve 2 divided by 2. So let's get 2 pom-poms, so 1, 2. Let's place each group to have 2 pom-poms each. So here's one group that has 2 pom-poms. And how many groups do we have? We have one group, so 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1. Now let's talk about just the numerator. So the action that we did in the previous slide is that we grouped these 2 pieces together. So what does this mean for just the numerator? Well, we started out with 2 pieces. We arranged them in groups that had 2 pieces each, and we find out how many groups we have. So this is 2 divided by 2 because we started out with 2 pieces, and for each group we have 2 pieces. Now how many groups do we have? We have one group, so 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1. Now, how much of this cracker is covered in sprinkles? Well, one way of looking at this is that we have 6 pieces, and 2 of these pieces is covered in sprinkles. So, 2/6 of this cracker is covered in sprinkles. Another way of looking at this is that we have 3 groups, and one of those groups is covered in sprinkles. So, 1/3 of this cracker is covered in sprinkles. But how much of the cracker that is covered in sprinkles, that does not change based on how we group things. So 2/6 is equal to 1/3. Therefore, if we divide both the numerator and denominator by 2, we get the same value of this fraction. So here I have a pizza. I would now like to use this material, but the same idea of a visual, to explain that 12/20 is equal to 3/5. So first I'm going to cut up this pizza into 20 pieces. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 pieces. Now let's top 12 of these pieces with ham. Let's now count how many of these pieces are covered in ham. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Out of the total 20 pieces, 12 are covered in ham. Now let's talk about solving 20 divided by 4 by using grouping. Let's now solve 20 divided by 4 by using grouping. Let's get 20 pom-poms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now let's have groups where each group has 4 pom-poms. So here's one group of 4 pom-poms. Here is one group of 4 pom-poms. Here is one group of 4 pom-poms. Here is one group of 4 pom-poms. And here is one group of 4 pom-poms. And how many groups do we end up with? We end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups. So 20 divided by 4 is equal to 5. 12/20ths of this pizza is topped with ham. Let's solve 20 divided by 4 by having these 20 pieces and arranging them in groups of 4 and seeing how many groups we'll get. So here's a group of 4, 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 and here's a group of 4. How many groups do we end up with? 5. So 20 divided by 4 is equal to 5. Now let's talk about the numerator. But before we do that, let's talk about another grouping problem. Let's now solve 12 divided by 4 by using grouping. Let's get 12 pom-poms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now let's make groups where there are 4 pom-poms in each group. So this is one group. This is one group. And this is one group. So how many groups do we have? We have 1, 2, 3 groups. So 12 divided by 4 is equal to 3. Let's now talk about just the numerator. Let's solve 12 divided by 4 by using this visual of grouping. Out of these 12 pieces in the numerator, let's group them where each group has 4 pieces. Here is a group of 4, here is a group of 4, and here is a group of 4. And how many groups do we have? 3. So 12 divided by 4 is equal to 3. So how much of this pizza is topped with ham? Well, one way of looking at this is that there are a total of 20 pieces and 12 of those pieces is topped with ham. So 12/20ths of this pizza is topped with ham. Another way of looking at this is that there are a total of 5 groups and 3 of those groups is topped with ham. So 3/5 of this pizza is topped with ham. However, how much of the pizza is topped with ham does not change based on how we group things. So 12/20ths is equal to 3/5. Thank you for watching this video. Here is a link to the playlist about simplifying and expanding fractions, in which this video is a part of. Feel free to click on this link.